Race control pit exit, open pit exit,
It's
please.
Bathurst, baby.
Sorry.
Repco Bathurst 1000 qualifying time. 40 minutes. The BP Ultimate pit lane is now open. The cars are about to launch from 45 degrees and out they go. And they put their best foot forward. Dunlop hard tyres. We've seen record-breaking speed again this weekend. The track is in pretty fast condition at the moment. It's 22 degrees out there at the moment. And from the west, we've got a 10 to 20 kilometre an hour breeze. Some crosswind on Mountain Straight and on Conroe. But what is important, Mark Skate, there is some cloud cover out there at the moment. Without the direct UV on the racetrack, it's probably going to be pretty quick. Let's first of all, before I come back to some comments from you, have a look at where we're running this weekend. We are roughly around 3 hours to the northwest of Sydney on the Central Tablelands. There was a gold rush here back in the 1800s. There'll be a gold rush now to try and get into a position to earn a pole position for tomorrow. Population here at Bathurst, just a little under 43,000 people. Sometimes the cars can get upset in that shift to third gear.
This is where he's been caught out a couple of times, Neil.
His cume could put him to the top. It's a personal best 1 and 2, but the sum looks better than any other. Is it going to be good enough to knock off Kostecki? And it is. And how close can you get to a 5? He's done a 2 minute 6.0204. Teammate James Moffat watching in the garage.
Beautiful lap, Cam Waters. And he's been having trouble with getting the car stopped at the last corner. I reckon he was slightly conservative with the brakes. He got it pulled up, he made the apex. He's in the fence hard! Absolutely out of control through the left hand of the S's. And in the fence hard for David Reynolds.
You're right, buddy. You're right, mate.
He was on the radio. He would be filthy.
Mate, I'm fine. I just like had a massive shunt.
He caught the curb.
No, all good, mate.
So disappointing.
All good, mate.
So
Richard Holway on the radio to him. It's all good, mate.
he's so angry with himself. This is a bloke who's won this race, had that infamous incident with the dehydration a few years ago as well.
I don't know what happened. I just lost the rear and then just continued on.
So his own words, just so apologetic for what's gone on there. So they've thrown a red flag. Now the other thing, there'll also be stories here, and the gang in the lane will get on top of this. There'll be people that were in the middle of laps that are now going to have to recycle through the whole process. So David Reynolds is okay, which is good. Let's check out the replay and understand what's gone on here. So he sat it up very high and wide. He's gone all the way back to the left side of the road, over the top of the hill, and it's got crossed up here on the top of the curb. Gone. And that's going to be a big job to fix.
Yep. And he just had a moment at the right-hand piece, which then made the left hand tighter. He got across the inside curb a little bit, then it lost rear grip, rotated between the left-hander and the right-hander approaching the dipper.
Let's hear from him now.
Dave, firstly, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, more than fine, actually. Like, I'm just really angry that happened, but, you know, like, we're pushing the limits, and every now and again that happens. Obviously, I'm not as skilled as Luffy. He saved it yesterday, and I crashed it.
I know you make light of this, but I mean, as you said, it's so easily done. Just tell us where it went wrong for you.
Yeah, like, I'm pushing really hard. Obviously, it's qualifying. My car was getting better, and, you know, I probably shouldn't have stayed up at that second lap, because obviously the tyres start to go away and everything gets way more skatey. I probably just sort of put the next set on and go, but yeah, I was probably pushing too hard for the condition, and yeah, I got bitten bad.
We're glad you're okay. Thank you, Dave.
I'll always be okay.
And Aaron Love, contact with the wall right rear of that car, and that'll need careful inspection to make sure that there's no inboard damage there.
Yeah, it's buckled that wheel straight away.
Yeah.
You see the back, the rear shot there. Oh, and that's Brody, who's done a similar thing. And I think that wheel is also buckled, Neil. You can just see it as he comes over the top of the hill. Actually, both wheels are buckled.
Let's go for it. Here we go, folks. 3 minutes and 40 seconds on remaining as people start to cycle in now to their laps. And we're going to need eyes in the back of our heads to be able to understand who can do what in this high-pressure scenario. Feeney at the moment is the top dog. From Waters, from LeBrock, from Stanaway, from Payne, Kostecki, Golding, Mostert, Wood, and Davison. And then there's a whole bunch. Have a listen. Flat through the chase. Monstering the brake pedal. Skating into the left-hander at the bottom of the chase. Third gear and the direction change is nice. into the final stop. A little brake bias change into the final corner. Cam Waters, meantime, is on a very good lap that might eclipse Feeney. It's a pressure moment. He's got up to position number 2 on a 5.7. Waters has done a 5.6. So far, he is the fastest man. Waters, Feeney and Brown, our championship contenders, are covered by 1/10 of a second. Matt Payne has punched out a 5.6 as well. He's in there by 6/1000ths of a second. Payne, Waters and Feeney, 1, 2, 3. What a supercar show with 60 seconds remaining.
And Kostecki goes up, so does Mostert. So you cannot believe the gap across the top 6 cars. It's 0.14 across the top 6.
So over the top of the hill, he's a 10th away from Mostert, but he's on target to potentially knock off Payne, who's just gone straight ahead in the runoff at the top at Skyline. He's got to beat a 2-minute 5.64. Can he do it? He's in the braking area at the bottom of the chase. He's got it stopped, got it into second gear. This is going to be so ridiculously close. Payne, Waters, Feeney, Kostecki. There is nothing in it. You are less than a 10th of a second apart when you look at across those
red
4
flag,
guys.
incident, turn
To the
14.
line. Is this going to be enough?
Oh,
no, we've got trouble at the top of the hill for Percat. And trouble at the top of the hill with the Shell V-Power Racing entry
Race
for
control,
Davison.
Dr. Carl
And a
Scramble,
red
Dr.
flag
Carl Scramble.
catastrophe at the back end of quali. What a disaster.
But it was also, Neil, it was less than 50 metres for Feeney to get across there. So as Nick Percat goes over to check on Will Davison to make sure that he's okay, and we'll keep you up to speed as to how this incident has occurred. It has been a massive shunt just down from where David Reynolds went in the fence.
He's winded bad.
He's winded badly for sure.
Wow, what a conclusion to Boost Mobile qualifying. Honestly, that intensity is off scale. Matt Payne, provisional pole celebrations inside the Penrite Racing Garage, but anxious people inside the Shell V-Power Racing Garage. Will's out of the car. Monstrous damage, unfortunately, to those cars. Oh my goodness. So top 10, 0.3 of a second is the margin. The top 10 covered by 1/3 of a second. Golding didn't make it. Hill, Percat, Davison didn't make it. And let's have a look at this replay and understand what's going on here. My goodness. Oh, he got wide on that jump that we spoke about.
Yep, that's
So
exactly what
he's-
happened.
yeah,
Yep.
you called it a bit earlier. So Will Davison's just sidestepped there. He's arrived a bit too quick with it crossed up.
Yep.
That's flicked him into the wall. But what's the Nick Percat story? Oh, man, that is damage. Big time. Oh. Remember I talked about how they're at the grip limited edge? That's a vivid indication.